Did you know that Mace Windu discovered a new Force-using group that is neither Jedi nor Sith? In a new mini-comic series set before he joined the Jedi Council, Mace Windu embarks on a mission that leads him to uncover this unique faction.
Completed your mission, you have.
Yes, Master. The offending droids have been restored to their factory precepts, and the skeleton key is in the vault.
Good. Something else there is. Coaxium. Know it, do you?
Coaxium, standard hyperfuel and incredibly unstable until refined. Why?
Proceed, Gara.
This is Romira, a moon in the Vigera system. Most of the surface is glacial, save a temperate band across the equator. Beneath the surface is where it gets interesting. The coaxium refinery there takes advantage of the blue hot lava that courses in rivers under the ice. And someone there has devised the new coaxium formula.
Forgive me, but why does this involve the Jedi?
Because this new coaxium will boost sublight engines to 120% without exploding. If the wrong sort get their hands on it, the Hutts, the Pikes, any upstart band of thugs or pirates, they could run blockades and outrun Republic patrols. They have a tactical advantage we couldn't counter.
Too fast, their ships would be.
So you want me to go to Romira and recover this formula?
Someone already has. Azita Cruz. We know almost nothing about her other than that she's offering to trade a sizable shipment of this Coaxium Ultra and the formula in exchange for Republic credits and an escort off-world.
So, a simple recovery then.
Except she didn't just make that offer to us, Master Windu. She broadcasted it far and wide.
So speed is of the essence.
Race, you must. If all else fails, priority the formula is. May the Force be with you.
After leaving the temple, Mace Windu travels to Romira, where he navigates a series of challenges to meet with Azita Cruz. As they work their way into the refinery, there's a fascinating addition to Force lore. Azita asks Mace, who is using the Force to move an object, if doing so makes him tired afterwards. Mace responds with,
Not exactly. It's like a muscle. One flex is nothing. Two are nothing. Too much though, you reach failure. Beyond that, channeling the Force is a matter of will, of knowing when to push, when to pull, and when to let go.
This is cool because, as you'll see later, we get different perspectives on the Force and its usage. Mace and Azita navigate through the refinery, dealing with blue lava, the highest temperature necessary for Dr. Bishop to create the purest coaxium formula. During their journey, they encounter boar worms, monstrous creatures reminiscent of sandworms, but even more formidable than crate dragons for a critical reason: they're immune to lightsabers. While crate dragons may be tough, there's no evidence suggesting a lightsaber couldn't harm one, unlike boar worms. Mace, learning this the hard way, uses the Force to put the worms to sleep. Azita notices a scar on Mace, identical to one she has, revealing that they both hail from Harun Kal, where toddlers receive this mark. This detail enriches Mace's background and creates a meaningful connection between the characters. As they get closer to their target, they are being watched by two unknown characters.
We didn't know there would be a Jedi involved. We should find a way to communicate with the Shroud. Dia, they would want to know.
We are dusk weavers of the Hadal path. We do not taint our hearts and minds with the abominations of science and their so-called progress. If the Shroud is meant to know, Miro, they already do. We are pure, and so we will remain.
As they progress out of the cave, Mace remarks about feeling warmer already, to which Azita responds by telling him he's terrible at sarcasm.
Sarcasm gets you nothing but misunderstood. Say what you mean what you say.
And they say Jedi have no sense of humor.
I know a small, green fellow who would beg to differ. Hilarious he is.
That panel wasn't super relevant to the story, but I thought it was funny and wanted to include it. As they pull off in their speeder, Some refinery security guards pull up and begin opening fire on them. Mace declares that he is a member of the Jedi Order, and any further hostilities would be considered an act of aggression against the Order. The patrol recognizes this and decides to pull away, but as they do, they are shot down by one of Jabba the Hutt's men, Yaya Shram, who wants the Coxeum. Mace springs into action, quickly dispatching these hunters. They return to Azita's ship with the product and are about to leave when they are ambushed by the mysterious characters from earlier. They tell Mace that they are Dusk Weavers from the Haddle Path. Mace responds, "I don't know what either of those things are, and I don't care." Together, Mace and Azita fight these two and win quite easily. It's worth noting that the Dusk Weavers are using some kind of weapon resistant to lightsabers. However, the fight isn't over as their leader, known as the Shroud, shows up and dismisses them.
For the leader of a cult trying to eliminate technology, you're well informed, as if you had access to a computer network.
Use the enemy's tools against them.
I'm not your enemy.
Then, what are you?
I'm a Jedi.
A believer, the most deluded of all. See, one doesn't believe in things that are true. If a thing is, it is, whether you believe in it or not. I don't have to believe in the air that I breathe. But you have to believe in the Order, in your masters, in the Force.
The Force is.
But you don't know what it is, Mace Windu. None of you do. The lies you tell yourselves about an energy field that binds the galaxy together.
And you know the truth?
Yes! I looked deep into the heart of the Force. I stood at the edge of the abyss and surrendered myself to it. There is no light side, no dark side. There is only power.
Enough.
They tell you that emotion is the path to the dark side. They say that control is the only way to harness the Force. What if I told you control was a myth, a fable told to children by a little green know-it-all?
Maybe you did commune with the Force, maybe not. Whatever your path has been, it has driven you mad, dangerously so.
Could be, but I know what I know. I don't believe in the weakness of the world around me. I know it to be true. Just as I know, Azita Cruz, that you're about to make a mistake.
I make a lot of mistakes. I'm pretty good at them.
Mistake.
Mace Windu then called in R8 to pick up Azita while he confronts this unknown by himself.
Smart. Keep being smart. I want the coaxium ultra on the freighter. Just walk away. You don't have to die here. Go be a Jedi somewhere else.
I can't do that, but you know I can't, because you were a Jedi once, weren't you?
Almost. I had too many questions. Questions no one could answer. I couldn't find answers in the light, nor in the dark. But I found them on the path, and you're in my way. You're strong, Mace Windu. You've been trained well. You might have been useful on the Haddal path, returning Outer Rim worlds like your Haran Kal to grace before bringing it to the galaxy at large. I would invite you to join me, but I think your mind would snap when exposed to the truth of the Force.
I'm done listening to you ramble. I'm sorry.
Mace then uses his lightsaber to cut off all the landing gears of Azita's ship, causing it to crash down on the unknown villain. He calls for a pickup, apologizing to Azita for the damage and assuring her that the Jedi Order will compensate her for the loss. However, from the ashes, the ship rises again, lifted by the villain using the Force.
I told you. I know what the Force is. It flows through all things, but stops when it comes to me. It's mine. You'll never be free of me, Mace Windu. Never.
On second thought, the Jedi Order will buy you a new ship.
Understood. Get clear.
The ship and the coaxium explode as Windu and Azita leave, assuming the villain is dead. However, his hand pierces through the ashes and debris, signaling that he is still alive. This villain presents a compelling counterpoint to the traditional Jedi view of the Force, by claiming that the Force is neither about the light nor the dark and doesn't flow through everything, but is rather a power to be wielded. He challenges the foundational beliefs of both the Jedi and the Sith. This perspective suggests a pragmatic and possibly dangerous approach to the Force, viewing it as a tool rather than an interconnected energy that binds the galaxy. It raises intriguing questions about the nature of the Force and the potential for alternative philosophies that reject the binary morality of light and dark. This could make the villain a more nuanced and thought-provoking character, emphasizing the complexity and multifaceted nature of the Force.